Hey, what's going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of On the Brain. Now, I just watched the newest reality show by the name of King of the Nerds on TBS, and let me just start off by saying, at first, I did not want to like this. I really went into this thinking that this was going to be lame. They were going to make us look, bad. Not the people on the show, but the people producing the show. Okay, I thought that they were going to make us look so stereotypical from the way that these promos were coming out. I was kind of 50-50 on it. I was like, okay, it could go good or it could go really bad. It's the first episode, and the nerd culture from the in the past few years has taken a major swan dive into the mainstream pool. So a lot of things that were considered uncool to some people, or some particular groups are now coming out into the open more. And you know what? Either way, it's cool to me, because that just shows me it's something that I've been saying, basically all my life. Never be normal. Okay, never be normal. If you are a nerd and you like your stuff, you know what I mean? No one can tell you otherwise. No one can say anything else about you. So going into this show, I was thinking that they were gonna really make us look bad. But when I saw the people that were on the show, I was like, okay, they seem cool. They seem genuine. Please don't let them be fake. And by fake, I mean don't let this be staged, because there are so many theories out there for a lot of these shows, whether they be just regular, have a camera in a house type show or a competition show. There's always a chance that it's not reality. They just say reality shows because they happen to because it's happened to be filmed a certain way. So I'm really hoping that this is not fake, because they seem to have some really cool people up there. They had I don't know anybody's names right now, but they had your physics specialists. You know what I'm saying? They had your comic book geeks. They had your gamers, your professional gamers, your board gamers, you know what I'm saying? And they all seem to get along. Then again, it is only the first episode. You know what I'm saying? People tend to get along when they first meet on these shows anyway. But you put competition and money in front of it, somebody always ends up getting stabbed in the back, or someone ends up just not liking someone just because. But automatically, I felt for everybody, because I was like, I may not be as smart as a lot of these people were, but I'm really hoping that this is not a fluke. I'm really hoping that this is real. I'm really hoping that these people that are genuine stay genuine. I mean, there was one guy up there with an ego. But that's to be expected, because even though we're into similar stuff, does not mean that we don't have different personality traits. You know what I'm saying? Not every nerd is the same. I mean, shoot, anybody in that competition could freaking outsmart me, seriously. But I feel like if I were on that show, I probably wouldn't last all that long, but I'd have fun. I just want to be on the show to be in the house that they were in, okay? That junk had video games, comics, statues, even freaking Rubik's cubes all up in the house and stuff. I'm like, I would just want to be on that show just to be in the house. To be completely honest with you, I just want to play around. That would be my whole thing. I did not want to like this at all. I had the hugest Joker type grin on my face after seeing all the stuff that they had there, and even some of the people there, because I can relate. You know what I mean? But here's hoping that this is a good show. Really, it's just the first episode. I don't know if I'm going to stick around for more, but what do y'all think? If you've seen the first episode of King of the Nerds, do you think that this is a good show? Do you think it'll last? What do you think? What do you think of the people up there? And what do you think about the fact that that they're doing this type of show for nerds, or for geeks, or forever, whatever you want to say, the nerd culture? do you think we need a show like this, or do you just think it's just for the, it's just for ratings? Because like I said before, nerd culture has taken a huge swan dive into the mainstream pool. So a lot of stuff that was underground or considered, bad or nerdy or weird has now, come out in the open. And personally, I like it. But if you're trying to, just make a quick buck off of it, then that's not, not a good look. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. I am El Da Tenchi, and that was On The Brain. Peace, love, never be normal.